Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which is currently in cinemas, has quite a challenge ahead of it if it's going to break even and then turn a profit at the box office. For starters, it made just $77 million domestically on its opening weekend. Incidentally, that's over the 4-day Memorial Day weekend. These figures are from Box Office Mojo. Now, this is only $3 million more than Thunderbolts made on its opening weekend domestically. And unfortunately, it looks like Thunderbolts isn't going to cross the $400 million mark. And I think that's because the film has been seriously hampered by successive MCU failures, thus turning fans away. Who can blame them? Thunderbolts was critically well received, and well received by audiences generally speaking. But let's be honest, it has been the victim of the decline in quality of the Marvel brand over the past 5 years or so. Now, relatively speaking, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning has performed better internationally than Thunderbolts, making over $127 million internationally for a total worldwide gross of $204 million thus far. Now, obviously, studios only get 1/3 of the international gross and about half the domestic gross. Now, another positive note for The Final Reckoning is that it's not unheard of for Mission Impossible movies to start slow at the box office. This film might very well have a strong hold week after week. The challenge for The Final Reckoning is that its budget is enormous, possibly too large to recoup. I mean, it's far higher than Thunderbolts. The Final Reckoning's budget is estimated to be a ridiculous $400 million, one of the most expensive films ever made. Not including its marketing costs, which were probably at least $100 million on top of that. Those figures for marketing costs are never released, so we have to sort of just estimate. But how the hell are these movies so expensive now? I mean, that budget is insane. Now, the film is generally well received, but as to how much of an improvement it is over Dead Reckoning, that's open to debate. That's a subjective thing, obviously. I personally think that Dead Reckoning is the better movie, but not by much. I don't think either film is great. Dead Reckoning was not successful at the box office, bringing in only $571 million from a $291 million budget. And again, you always have to include some headroom there for marketing costs. Typically speaking, a film has to make back at minimum 2 to 3 times its production costs in order to break even. So if you factor in about $100 million for marketing, we're looking at The Final Reckoning needing to make minimum $900 million to over $1 billion in order to just begin to recoup its costs. That's just to break even. The issue is this: the most that a Mission Impossible movie has ever made is $824 million, which was Mission Impossible Fallout from 2018, which had a budget of $178 million. And I recognize I haven't adjusted for inflation there. Nevertheless, not a single film in the Mission Impossible franchise has ever made over $1 billion at the box office. So far, The Final Reckoning has made over $200 million. The question becomes, where is this film going to find a further $700 or $800 million? I'm not sure that's achievable. This is the reason Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is probably screwed. Now, is it possible that it could achieve those figures? Of course, anything is possible. It's just not very likely at this point. Not given the history of the franchise, or the fact that this isn't even the strongest film in the franchise. Time will tell, but it might be that The Final Reckoning's true impossible mission is just to break even. It's a shame because even though I didn't love this movie, I enjoyed it well enough. I think it deserved to fare far better financially. But I think it was simply too expensive to make. And another example of the crazy spiraling production costs of big blockbuster Hollywood movies. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified of future updates on the channel. Share this video out there. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.